Mr. Amy, you're the custodian of the enormous database, the unique database about contractor misconduct, and I want to try to flesh out. We've heard the anonymous but gigantic figure of $280 billion in new contracts given out to contractors who have criminal convictions or civil judgments for things like fraud. And I want to ask you about what I would call the flagrant five, the five contractors I would ask you to draw in your database for, because your database is about all the contractors of the government, and we're interested in the ones that do wartime work in Iraq and Afghanistan. The first would naturally be KBR, which you mentioned in your testimony. Well, I don't want to use my whole time up just on them, but they have been sole source billions of dollars of contracts in Iraq in recent years. What's their record?
We have approximately 23 instances of misconduct. I think it's actually 24, because I think there was a DOJ intervention in a Civil False Claims Act last week, which includes 6 government contract cases and 8 guilty pleas.
Okay. Another contractor that you mentioned in your testimony is Agility, which was renamed. It used to be called Public Warehouse Company. Now, they did get suspended. Was that the end of their getting new contracts?
No. That's the only instance that we have in our federal contractor misconduct database. But they have received 2 extensions that I'm aware of that currently go until August of 2011. So once again, despite the government holding them accountable, there's been, an exception to the rule that they have been able to stay on the contract for another 8 or 10 months.
I'm beginning to get the picture that bad performance can be good business. Let's go on to Louis Berger, or Berger. It's pronounced differently, which I think is a subject that Mr. Carroll can tell us about. But I want to stay with you. I know that this broke just this past December. There is a criminal conviction of their chief financial officer, a criminal conviction of their controller. The company, not just individuals somewhere down in the ranks, but the company was falsifying its cost-plus contracting, which strikes at the very heart of what we employ these contractors in theater to do. What do you have on them?
Nothing. Unfortunately, they're not one of the top 100 government contractors, and through the years we've expanded that because people have jumped in and out of the top 100, so we have about 150, and they're not in our list.
Well, let me ask. The noteworthy feature is they were not suspended because they did a guilty plea, technically called a deferred prosecution agreement. What do you think about a company which has basically pleads guilty to felony-level charges, not getting suspended?
Well, they would be in our database if they met our criteria. The deferred prosecution is a problem because you're weighing the Department of Justice and what they're doing to punish a company against what a suspension and debarment officer may do to protect the taxpayers from awarding future contracts to that contractor. So they're supposed to be different animals, but the problem is, in that case, I would say someone that entered a deferred prosecution, I think some length of a suspension to make sure that they have all their systems in place, have improved their management and their culture is needed.
Indeed.